the big
That is
topic. It's a big topic. Can the Toronto Blue Jays can the Blue Jays get Joey Gallo? I think they can. I don't think they will.
I mean, I think they can. They might have no choice unless they want Nick to start in center field
I,
in opening day.
I can definitely go out there and start in center field. Hopefully the stream's looking a bit better now. I know we probably lost. It was a bit scuffed there for a little bit, but we
Well,
fixed it.
Josh said, I wonder if the COVID protocols are affecting free agents wanting to sign. I mean, it's not a thing anymore. You don't have to be vaccinated anymore to play for the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto. But it might still be in the back of some free agents' minds that maybe considered Toronto prior to the pandemic, and now they're looking at it saying, what if something goes crazy again? What if we can't even play for our home team? Like that's got to be in the back of some of these players' mind. I don't know if that's a main issue in them getting free agents, but it could definitely play a part.
The restrictions are no longer a major issue like that, but Orioles are upcoming squad. Apologize when Rodon signs. Mike, we will. We'll go live and
I
apologize
will
to you
apologize
personally.
as many times as you want, Mike. I will write you a letter and mail it to you personally with a cool sticker on it if you want.
Hot take. He said, Mitch White wins the Cy Young. That's a very hot take. Hope my Padres sign Senga. Cobra, I hope so too for your sake. I mean, I want the Jays to sign him, but I think they're out of it now. It's looking like the Mets are going to sign him. Look at David Price's 7-year contract. Only 2 years he has. Season 3 to 7 was garbage and washed up, and that's kind of what my hair is going crazy. That's kind of what oh my lord, whatever. That's kind of what we're kind of talking about now. Is like that contract for Nimmo is long. That is so long.
It's too much.
Way too much.
It's too much, and it's not that much AAV. Like it's only $20.25 million a year. I was saying only
Yeah,
the amount of things I'd do for that money. But yeah, $20 million a year. It's that's not too much money considering the amount that was rumored around Nimmo. But it's the 8 years. I mean, he's 29 years old. He's dealt with injuries. Is he really going to be good in the final 4 years of that deal, playing in center field for the New York Mets? On a team that wants to win a World Series? I don't think so. And Josh has another question here. Sorry, Nick. He said, Peter, what could the Jays do now to salvage the offseason? They got to be really active in the trade market, probably more than they were going to be prior to all these free agents coming off the board. So I'm really thinking not maybe Reynolds is not really a realistic target here. But you got to go out and get an outfielder, whether that is Brian Reynolds or someone else, and you got to acquire a starting pitcher at least. You got to bring Ross Stripling back, and you got to get a lefty in the bullpen and another high leverage reliever. That's the only way this team will get better by opening day.
Give me Gregory Soto. I've been on the Gregory Soto chain forever.
Oh, yes.
Where are you guys from,
yes,
Nick? I'm from Newfoundland. Peter is from
Montreal.
Okay, there you go. That's what you're saying
baby.
it. We have Will saying, what does Senga not coming here during the visit say about him wanting to be on a contending team? I thought he would be interested. I don't know. I don't know if that's a really good question. Here's where Peter says trade Bo for the 18th time in the last 10 minutes. Dang, Anthony going crazy. We're not going to sign Rodon fixes all. Does not fix all. It fixes some. We might wind up like the Oakland Athletics. I don't think we're going to do that. He is from Canada.
Ryan Coohan here said, how about the Blue Jays get Matthew Strahm? He recently just signed with somebody, so I don't know where he signed. I don't think it was with the Red Sox. I think he left the Red Sox and signed somewhere else. Mike, stop trolling, please. You're going to give me a heart attack. But yes, Matt Strahm left the Boston Red Sox, so that's not a viable.
He has gone to the Phillies
option anymore. Yeah, Phillies. There you go. So Phillies get even better, and the Blue Jays get worse. What's new? What is new?
Bombastic says, yes, only trade market left means they failed their objective, their priority, which is free agent. You guys can have Will Myers, Cobra, the Padres fan, says. Nate is from Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan's a nice place. Never been there, but Calgary definitely needs strip back. Strom signed with the Phillies. Correct. Yeah, Phil Noodles. Probably a little screenshot.
How do you know it's a nice place?
You know, I have some friends who visited
Don't
there.
lie.
That's all I got. Reliever David Robertson also signed with the Mets on a 1-year, $10 million contract. First Brandon Nimmo, now Robinson. Mets just keep getting better. That happened right after the Nimmo stuff. So not only do we lose out on Brandon Nimmo, we lose out on our boy David. What?
You know who I want from the Padres?
Who?
Trent Grisham, baby. Trent
Yes,
Grisham.
I thought a
Give
signing
me
happened. Thoughts on Jock
Trent Grisham.
Peterson? Jock is great. We're not gonna.
Well,
He's not great.
we're
He's
not getting.
solid. We're also not gonna
He's
get
good.
him.
He's good.
Everyone who's in here
The
now,
guy
make
can
sure
hit.
to hit the subscribe button if you're new. It's the first plug we've given the video or the stream. I think the stream lag is fixed, so for the next one we'll keep it like this, and we'll make sure that we don't go too laggy in the future. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new, and also maybe a
How
little
about
like
getting
spike as
Kodai
well.
Senga?
Let's try to get to 30 likes. 30 likes.
Edward Zoo. How about getting Kodai Senga? I'd love Kodai Senga. Don't know if it's attainable. He didn't even visit Toronto when he was doing his major league tour, so they're not even mentioned in being the finalists for him. So I'd love him. He looks good, but I don't think it's realistic.
Give us pitching for Grisham. We would gladly have no pitching to give you, fortunately. Thoughts on 200 million being spent like it's nothing. It's unbelievable. The market is just absolutely crazy right now. We had no clue it was going to be this crazy. I don't think Ross Atkins knew it was going to be this crazy. Sir Noodles, I can see the Jays signing someone like Jerks and Profar. Yeah, me too. That would be hilarious.
That would be great.
Trade a
That
catcher
would
to
be
Miami for a starting
unbelievable.
pitcher and then grab Brantley and Gallo. Solid offseason. Minus Gallo, I agree. Talked to Tapia on Instagram right before he was DFA'd. Josh, if that's real, that is a rough go for Tapia. Honestly, Tapia, you know what's, I meant to bring this up in the last video, Peter. What's looking kind of crazy right now, and obviously no fault to the Jays necessarily, is the Ross Stripling qualifying offer for 18.9 is looking right in a line with what other pitchers are getting, and that probably would have been a way to go to at least solidify something. It's Mets, Dodgers, Padres for Senga. Correct. I'm almost surely going to go to the Mets, Senga, but maybe not now because they just signed. They can question: do Jays still have three catchers on opening day?
Money's not the issue there. Money is not the issue. He might go to the Padres. Padres have been in on everybody in the offseason. So if money's the main thing for Senga, he might go there.
Not much the Jays can do bidding against Cohen, Kirk said. Absolutely.
Syndergaard, Noah Syndergaard, Ryan Cohen. I like that a lot. Noah Syndergaard, bring him back.
Why no Gallo?
To
The
where he
shift is gone.
originally
Could help our lineup. He can take a walk and can't demand term. It's a good point. I think as a fourth outfielder, he'd be fine. He has the pop, but he also has a decent glove. His defense declined a little bit. Bring him back to Toronto. It was real. I was telling him I hope they bring him back. He thanked me, and that was it. Right after the message, the news broke. Good Lord. At least he thanked you. Got a response from Tapia. I might have to send him a message thanking him for his time here. He made some crazy good plays. Decent pickup to play center field. How about this player, Noah Syndergaard? You guys got that. Question: do the Jays still have three catchers on opening day? From Anthony Castellano. Peter, I'll let you answer that question.
Wait, what was the question? Let me see that.
Do the Jays have three catchers on opening day?
No, they can't. And maybe if they got Brandon Nimmo and if they signed a pitcher like Andrew Heaney, then maybe yes, maybe they do roll out three catchers. But now you can't. You haven't given yourself the luxury to do that. So no, I don't think they can. Danny Jansen's probably the most likely to be gone. But right now, considering the amount of players that you need to fill out your roster, I think Kirk might be the one to go because he's the one that can fetch you the most, apart from Moreno. But Moreno's your guy. You want to keep him and build around him.
Yeah, I agree. We have lots of chatters coming in real quick. Benintendi. Yeah, we talked about him a little bit. Benintendi would be phenomenal. A phenomenal ad. He at this point, he'd be the best outfielder we can get in the free agent market.
Yeah.
How about Roberto Osuna? Nope. They let
No,
Teo go too quickly. We will be worse in 2023 than we were last year from J Mesh. If we don't get a replacement, it's very possible. We did address the bullpen, though. But the shaving of salary clearly wasn't a huge priority for them because they haven't really spent it yet.
Yeah.
Ross Stripling was only making $3 million this past year. Getting him $18 to $20 million for a guy who May's peaked is on the reckless side. I do agree, and that's what everyone's thought was. But you have pitchers who are, you have Taijuan Walker getting 70 plus million. You have, I forget the other guy. Who am I blanking on? Taijuan Walker and
Tyone.
Obviously, Stripling had a better year than both of them last year. I heard Bautista's looking at the meetings. I bet we could sign him.
I'll say this about Stripling before we move on to the next question here. Stripling has always been a guy that's just done whatever the team needed him to do. He never got an opportunity to be in the starting rotation, whether it be in LA, whether it be in Toronto. He finally got his shot last year because the Jays rotation was in shambles, and look what he did with it. The guy was our he was our third best starter. He was better than Barrios, who we just extended for 7 years.
Yeah,
So yes, you gotta extend Stripling.
you can make an
He's done
argument.
whatever the team asks of him, and he's just never gotten his opportunity. And once he finally got it, then he was able to flourish. So bring him back.
You can make an argument he was better than Gosman last year in some cases.
Uh,
I would,
yeah.
because 2.93 ERA. We have Babu saying Moreno is too inexperienced behind the plate for a team hoping to win the World Series now. I do agree, which is why I think. But I mean, he needs to play to get that experience. So if we're not going to play him ever, we might don't know what else to do at that point. We still need another high end bullpen arm. Agreed, Ryan. Can the Blue Jays get this player, Rufned Odor? Could we? Yes. Will we?
No,
No.
thank you. Absolutely not.
Kevin says,
And I'll say something about
yep.
Moreno here. He didn't have the chance to really like integrate with the pitching staff last season. Like they brought him up mid-season. That's kind of unfair to a catcher. Whenever a team brings up a catcher or trades for a catcher mid-season, it doesn't work out right away. So he'll have the entire offseason. He'll report to pitching camp pretty early, I assume. Work with Pete Walker, get to know his pitching staff, and I think he'll be good to go on opening day. I had the same argument that maybe we don't want him leading our pitching staff, but no, I think he'll be all right once opening day rolls around,
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree. Trade Jose Barrios, 7 years is too much. This would be the worst time to trade Jose Barrios. We got a super chat again from Noah Byrne. I will play the proper animation this time for you as well, Nick. I know it was laggy the first time. I'll answer the question in a second. Here's the animation. Nice and smooth for you guys for the most part. That's an awesome animation. What do you think we can do with the middle infield? Santiago Espinal / Kevin Biggio traded. Can Bo move to second base in order to accommodate maybe a Swanson or Correa? Sorry for the lag there when I click off, it lags. Phenomenal question. If we are able to acquire a shortstop or a second baseman, then absolutely. Bo will move to second base, but it's just a matter of if we can acquire one of those guys, and I'm not quite sure we can at this point. Thank you guys so much for all the viewers. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you do enjoy. We're peaking again here. It means the world, but yeah, make sure you hit the like button as well. Go ahead, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'll answer that question as well. Nothing nothing that's happened in the offseason so far has given me any sort of confidence that we could go out and get a guy like Correa and outbid the Dodgers, outbid the Giants. I mean, that would be amazing. And nothing tells me that Bo Bichette would want to move to second base either. He's been very vocal that he wants to be a shortstop. He works extremely hard. It just hasn't come together for him yet. But I don't think the Jays have enough time for him to figure it out there. That's my only thing with Bo Bichette. And I know a lot of you guys comment saying, "Oh, Peter's going to say trade Bo Bichette for the 98th time." And I'm on that train. Nick's against me. We go back and forth a million times, but look, I don't think Bo would move to second base, and I don't think we have what it takes to acquire Correa or Swanson. It's out of the question, I think.
I think I kind of agree for the most part. I think most of our targets in the free agency is gone now. I think the most likely at this point would be a Michael Brantley, Michael Conforto. We haven't spoke on much. I think that's probably the most likely. We have no choice but to trade. But yeah, thanks again for the super chat, Noah. If you have any other questions, pop it in and we'll make sure to answer. 99 watching, only 30 likes. Hammer that like button. Benny, I agree. Make sure to subscribe as well if you're new. We're going to start live streaming a lot more. I'm loving it right now.
Told you, Nick.
It's the way. We have another donation from Rahul. I think Rodon signs by later tonight or tomorrow. Honestly, I don't disagree. I think he signs soon. I think all the dominoes, they basically all fell. We need only elite players to win. I think Rodon signs with the Yankees over the next couple of days. My prediction. Anthony says, "Stop it, Peter. Bo's elite. Try winning a playoff game before."
Okay, Anthony, I'll ask you this. I'll ask you this. Why? What makes him elite? What makes him elite? He's a shortstop. Okay, he hits well. What makes him an elite player? Tell me.
Just for the record, Chad, I disagree with Peter when it comes to Bo Bichette, but I'll let
you can disagree with me. I want to know your thought process. I don't know how you watch Bo Bichette play shortstop and think he's an elite player. He's very good.
His defense is rough, but he's like, he's still 24, one of the best hitters in the MLB, has led the hits 3 years in a row.
I
So that's kind of where you're.
I agree with
Obviously, the
that, but
defense is bad. I just don't think trading him,
man,
unless you can get a star pitcher for him. But even then, I don't even know if you're ever going to get the value back. Moreno, Espinal, and a prospect for Reynolds and Bednar, that would be phenomenal. If we can get Reynolds and Bednar back in one deal, then I'm all in for it. Can Toronto get Luke Voigt? That would be interesting. A reclamation project. I don't blame the Jays for not signing Nimmo. They would have to go. Yeah, the Jays would have had to go 8 years at 200 million, which is which is crazy. Peter, if you got to go, you can head out, and I'll just finish it up here on solo because we're almost at 100. You guys nervous that they haven't
how long are you gonna stay out
extended?
here?
Probably like 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know. The chat's going crazy. Bo Bichette is not an elite shortstop. Has Ross Atkins made a single blockbuster trade since being GM? I wouldn't count Chapman or Barrios as massive trades. I would count Barrios as a pretty big trade. He was huge. He hasn't been happy with your takes. Little Pump says. How you doing, Little Pump? It's gonna take more than that. Plus, the top prospect for Pirates is a catcher. Yeah, I think if we're gonna get I don't think they want catchers, but maybe it would be a 3-team trade.
Little Pump. Bo Bichette's your cousin. Sorry about that, man. I didn't know.
Bo Bichette's defense is
Give him
average
my-
statistically, and he's an elite hitter. It is. Go ahead.
No, nothing. Never mind. Never mind.
Message.
I'll stay another 5.
How about calling up players in the farm system? Barrios and Chapman were big trades. Yeah, no, Chapman was fairly big, but Barrios was a massive trade. We gave up 2 of our top 10 prospects. Barrios is number 3 starter though. He had a career 3.5 ERA. Yeah, I think he's a solid number 3 in his. You guys nervous that they haven't extended Vlad yet? Benny, that might be a sneak peek. We're having a video coming out soon about a contract discussion. He has complimented your beard, Little Pump Peterson.
I appreciate it, Bo. Thank you.
Going to take Tiedemann, Martinez, and Gabby for Reynolds? No shot. Worst signings and trades are the rush ones. Honestly, that's not always the case, but there's times when it is the case.
Anthony, we'll agree to disagree. I do think Bo has potential, but I don't think the window is as big as you're making it out to be right now. Like
Sorry to interrupt you, Peter. I got to address this. I didn't mean. Another person said, "Nick, you look like Barrios." I had to just step in there. Pete, I don't see it. I mean, honestly, at this point, quick super chat from Spencer. Thank you so much. Sawyer Henstridge. Love the content. That's Peter's boy. Thank you so much, Sawyer. It means the world to us. Can you guys in the chat just quickly tell me if I actually look like Jose Barrios? Because I do not see it whatsoever.
I don't see it, bro.
If I do,
I don't see it.
Like, just say yes or no in the chat, and just a quick poll here, yes or no. Not an actual poll, but just type it out in the chat. Chat is going crazy right now. I was expecting at least one blockbuster free agent signing for the Jays. It is looking more like they're going to try to save money to extend players like Vladdy, Bo, and Manoah. Maybe that's their plan. Maybe they re-sign Manoah, which they do need to after his amazing comment today. 24. What window are you?
Okay. I'll address this, Anthony. I'll address this. Look, I don't think the Jays window is as big as you think right now. I think they have a couple years to win a World Series, and I don't think you have enough time for Bo to figure it out at shortstop. That's my only point. I'm not doubting that he's one of the best hitters in the league. I'm not but he's not an elite shortstop right now, and that's my only point.
That's fair. We'll agree to disagree, or you guys will agree to disagree.
We'll agree to disagree.
For now, we'll move on from that. I'm getting the responses in, and a lot of yeses. Nick, what's your ERA? 1.10 in the MLB. Nick looks like Barrios' little brother. Just the shape of your head is similar to Jose. A bit, yes. Nick looks like the guy from New Girl, Little Pump. Hassan says, nah, maybe a tiny bit, a little bit. Yes, no. Nick's look like Barrios and can probably pitch better than him. I do appreciate that. Nick, time to heat up that arm. The arm I have a nasty slider. That's about all I got. Walmart edition, Jose Barrios. The Jays are building around them. Go ahead.
That's mean, man.
Yeah, is anyone questioning Atkins' ability as a manager right now? Well, Atkins isn't the manager, but as a general manager, I'm sure we are. I don't know. Let me see. Makeo said, lol. Makeo, you're not the first person who said that. Someone told me that as well. I look like Jose Barrios, which I don't see. Is it the teeth and the smile or like what? I don't know what it is. Peter, I guarantee we'll move on from that. A bit like Brios, you're a better hitter. I wonder if I would be. Absolutely not. I guarantee you, Brios. Hassan says, love your work, guys. I appreciate you, Hassan. It means the world. Jay's pitching coach is overrated. That's a hot take, and honestly, maybe not that hot. I don't know. I think Pete Walker is a very good pitching coach. I don't know how much of an impact pitching coach has like in the game, but obviously has a lot to do outside. And he's turned a lot of people, notably Robbie Ray. Atkins has proven nothing, guys. Make sure to hit the like button if you're enjoying and hit the subscribe button. Jay's pitching coach. Atkins has proved nothing. I need to take a minute, and Peter, I can ask you on this too before you have to go here. Mm-hmm. The Atkins hate, let's just step aside for a second. He's done great since he got here in general. We went from, Alex Anthopoulos traded the farm system. We went for it in 2015-16. It was depleted. Now we have a crazy young core. Gausman signed, Barrios signed. We have Manoah. We have Springer. I think he's done a fine job up to this point, but this has been a disappointing offseason so far. And we can, Anthony, in the future podcast, we can have another, you can debate with Peter and we can have a more focused conversation on it. As long as it's friendly discussion, and we're allowed to disagree with you guys. That's the whole point here, and I appreciate you being good about that.
No, Anthony, I'm all for it, bro. Like I want you to give me your feedback here, and a lot of people disagree with me on Bo Bichette, but it's definitely a valid argument that you make, and I could see why you're saying all that. But on Ross Atkins, I'll touch on him. I think he's done a good job, and he doesn't get enough credit just because our barometer is basically Alex Anthopoulos, and he was so aggressive, and he tried to do whatever he could to bring a World Series to Toronto, and it didn't work. And then he depleted our farm system for the next 5 years, so it was like, he tried his best, but Ross Atkins has a much more conservative approach while also prioritizing the present edition of the Blue Jays. So he's aggressive, not necessarily to the point of Alex Anthopoulos, but
he's in the middle.
He is aggressive. Yeah, he plays it safe. But sometimes you got to realize where the window of opportunity is, and you got to go for it. And I'm waiting for him to do that.
Yeah, I completely agree. No disagreements there whatsoever. I completely agree. I think he's been doing fine so far, but this might be the time to go for it. We have Anthony saying totally friendly. I'm a Yankees fan, but I do love Bo. I just subscribed. Let's do it. Thank you so much, Anthony. We welcome all fans in here. Hassan said, keep it up. Let's make a bigger community. That's the goal. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the live stream. We want Brian Reynolds. We all want Brian Reynolds. We need something. To be honest with you, you go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to address this comment by Colin here. Yep. Colin Pika. Atkins failed at the trade deadline last year. I'll give my take on this, and then I'll let you chime in.
Yep.
I think Ross Atkins looked at our team last year and said, we're not good enough to win a World Series. No matter what move I make at the trade deadline, it doesn't move the needle, and we're not going to be playing in October. And I think that was the main reason why we didn't part ways with like a top prospect at the trade deadlines, because we didn't have enough to win a World Series, and I don't fault Atkins for what he did at the deadline last year.
I have the same take as you. I think what happened was, I don't know if it's as much that they didn't think we could win. I think they knew we needed additions, and I think the price was just way too high, so they decided to hedge their bets, hoping that we'd be able to get someone in free agency, and clearly that hasn't happened yet. And it's been rough. We have another super chat. This is from Ben Rogers. Can we trade for Ohtani? The answer is, unfortunately, not yet. The Ohtani rumors were put to rest. We wish they were not put to rest, but unfortunately they were. Chat, let us know if you think we can trade for Ohtani at this upcoming trade deadline. It's very, very high, debatable. I don't think so. What do you think of swinging a trade for Tatis Jr.? Probably done with him. I think they move him to the outfield. I don't think they trade him, and I don't think the Jays would have the assets required to trade for him unless it means giving up Manoah, and Manoah is the heart and soul of our team. LA said he's untouchable. He is untouchable for now. Toronto fans need some excitement going into 23 season. I was going to say the same thing. I want a signing. I don't care if it is Bradley Zimmer gets re-signed. Give me a little tiny bit of adrenaline. Just give me something. Yes, just give me something.
Give me something, man.
Like, give me... Honestly, if we got Andrew Benintendi tomorrow or tonight, it would literally feel like getting Aaron Judge to me at this point. Because I'm just fully expecting us to get nothing.
Dude, chill out, bro. That's wild. You're wild for that.
I mean, in the sense of I would be very excited. Dodgers will get Ohtani, wouldn't doubt it. Angels are not moving 100%. If we can't win, we're not in our window. You guys think if we trade for Reynolds, we can still trade for Lopez? I think it's a higher likelihood we trade. Yes, I don't think they're both gonna happen. I mean, it's possible. I think the more likely scenario is that we trade a catcher for Lopez, and I think that's the biggest stop right now. I think that's the biggest chance of what happens. So we're lagging again a little bit here, but we will offer him a guest appearance on Jay's Digest if we sign. I will personally sign this Nike hat and give it to Shohei Ohtani if he signs here. If Bradley Zimmer resigns, I will personally give him this hat behind me and sign that and give it to Bradley Zimmer. Also, shout out to the I don't know which way I'm pointing. Shout out to the Jose Bautista bobblehead, or not bobblehead, Jose Bautista plushie there. Used to be the board games if you're OGs and remember that. We also have the
Kevin Gosman. We got the Kevin Gosman bobblehead over here too.
Zimmer's trash. Nick, bro, relax. Hassan, I was just trolling. I would be very excited if we get Benintendi at this point, though. Give me something to talk about. I think Peter. I remember you said. As soon as I don't know if it was Brandon Nimmo. As soon as one of the moves went down, you texted me and I quote, "We are going to overpay for Brian Reynolds," and honestly, it is looking more and more like it. Though I don't think the Pittsburgh people want to shout out to my holy Lord. I don't think the Pittsburgh people are going to want to trade Reynolds. It doesn't seem like it. But no, it was truly for the fans. Meeting him was awesome. Made feel so small. He was my first major league. Dude, Manoah is my favorite Blue Jay. He's if you saw today's video, it was unbelievable. Peter, throw the baseball again. Do you have it handy? We need to see the baseball toss.
I got it.
Do it up and I'll take care. Yeah, no worries. Ohtani is the major solution to many problems. I completely agree. He would be perfect. Desmond, I will ask him that right when he comes back. I'm sorry I missed it the first time. Peter, who would you trade to replace Butts? Question. Great show tonight, fellas. Have a good night, and I'm ready for my future Bo debate with Peter. Anthony, thank you for subscribing, and I'm excited for it, man. Just make sure to tune in, and we'll talk Bo. What trade would you make for Reynolds or Lopez?
Got it right here, baby.
Do it up. Welcome to Jay's Digest, where Peter throws the baseball up and waves the towel for us to do nothing in the off season. Answer Desmond's. Yeah, he typed that a couple times.
Yeah, Desmond's asked me a couple times. Who would you trade to replace Bo? I wouldn't trade Bo for anyone less than a superstar here. And I know the Marlins don't want to listen on Alcantara, but I think you kick the tires there. You make the call and say, we're offering you Bo as a centerpiece with Sandy, who's signed to a very team-friendly deal, so I don't think they'll go for it. But I would be okay with trading him in a Pablo Lopez trade with the Miami Marlins and trying to fleece whatever other prospects they got there, whether it be Sixto Sanchez, whether it be Yuri Perez, just all these guys. Try to get as much as you can. But I would not trade Bo Bichette unless it makes your team significantly better, because he is a phenomenal player, and I know that I'm very critical of him sometimes, but he can really get us a big haul and address some of those holes that we have there.
Very insightful take out of you right there. I love that response. If you guys ever do a Blue Jay stream with Jace today, anything is possible. Were the Phillies considered a World Series contender at last year's trade deadline? They were kind of just in the middle. No, they weren't a World Series contender, but
no.
As Joe Siddle often says on Blue Jays Central, just get in. Just get into the playoffs and anything can happen. And they're the definition of that. How about this player?
Get hot at the right time.
That's it. Get hot at the right time. The Jays, I still firmly believe the Jays got by the Mariners in we could have went far. And I even more firmly believe in 2021, if we would have made the playoffs, if we didn't miss it by one game, we would have took it by storm. Good answer. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate the question, Desmond. What would trading Bo do to Vladdy? Shaking up some of Vlad's closest friends on the team. Yeah, they traded Teo. At the end of the day, it's a business, but I think while trading Bo is definitely a possibility, I think for now they definitely keep him for now, and we'll see. But I do agree with you, Peter, in the sense that you guys are fun.
Pump's gonna subscribe if I throw the baseball again. So
all right,
throw it.
Everyone who's watching, subscribe for Peter throwing the baseball. I don't have anything to throw. I don't have anything to throw. What I will do though, he hasn't moved here in years. Just kidding. He moved recently. This is the Jose Bautista plushie from probably 2015 from the Rogers Center. So I don't know if this is actually from the Rogers Center.
Yeah, guys, ask us some questions there in the comments.
Yeah, any questions you got,
it might make us feel a bit better because we can create some fantasies in our head here.
Shout out to Jose. We're putting him back in his element here.
I'll talk about the Phillies a little bit actually. So the Phillies were able to make a deep run last postseason. Sorry, they got hot at the right time. Their pitching was good when it needed to be. Their lineup came up with timely hits. I feel like if the Blue Jays went on that type of run there in the postseason, they would have been a lot more aggressive during this offseason. So see, the Phillies did what they did last year in the postseason, and look what they've done so far. Trey Turner, he's a Philly. You know, they've just made so many moves here to make their current team better. And man, there's no stopping them. I think they're going to be the favorites in the NL East alongside the Mets.
Love the Phillies. Phillies are my NL team.
Yeah.
A couple of things I need to address. Nicole, welcome to the stream. You said get Rodon and Senga, and we got Berger already. This is already signed. Berger is a prospect in our system, so yes, he is already signed. Josh saying, can you make another channel called Baseball Digest and post daily about baseball in general? Well, Josh, I have a channel called Dugout Digest that talks about baseball. However, I haven't uploaded in a little bit, but we are we'll start. We're going to be talking a bit more about, especially this offseason, about general baseball on here. I think is kind of what me and Peter are planning.
Yeah.
Like stuff that relates to the Jays, of course, not every move, but stuff like this that has direct impacts to Jays. We'll definitely be doing that. So keep an eye out, and maybe we'll continue to keep Jano and Moreno. I also thought they would do something more in the Rule 5 draft. The Rule 5 draft was very, very interesting. Would be an okay player, Magnurius Sierra. Of the Kirk with the question, shout out to the Vikings. Of the three catchers, which one do you want to see traded? I think at this point it got to be Dano. I think Jano is who I'm fully accepting to be traded. Someone
Willie Calhoun. That's
Willie Calhoun would not get me excited, but I will.
Maybe 7 years ago. I don't know.
Maybe we'll fire up. If we sign Willie Calhoun, I'll fire up Alive for it. I'll mark my words there. Someone shouted out or said something about the plushie. I can't find the comment. The plushie, shout out to the plushie and shout out to Peter's Baseball. Maybe for one of the future videos, I'll have to do a little fancy thing with the with Bautista. Maybe I'll have to. I do have an Aaron Sanchez bobblehead, also known as Kikuchi 2.0. We have Dugout Dodgers.
What grade would you give Atkins' tenure thus far?
I'll give it an 8.
Him. Well, I thought we were going letter grade here.
Oops.
I thought we were going letter grade.
Oops.
I'll go B. I'll give him a B.
I'll go B+ up until this point. Depending what this offseason could change it down to a C. No, it can maximum go down to like a B- is the most likely. But yeah, like I said, we do have Dugout Digest, but Jays Digest is the best, and we'll be talking more about MLB on here. I think we'll just get everything MLB.
Josh, thank you, bro. Thank you, Josh. We appreciate that, man.
Blister Boy Aaron Sanchez. I like the vibe of the channel more than other Jays news channels. Can never have enough content. Josh, you are the man. I do appreciate you. I see you in the comments all the time. I try to respond to everyone's comments. We see you. Let's go unnoticed. We've never had a shot at the World Series without the general manager making big splashes in the free agent market. I feel like it's like that for most teams in this day and age. Speaking of free agent market, Dodgers seem down bad right now. Little pump.
No, that's not family friendly, man.
Kiss the Bautista doll, and I'll get my daughter to subscribe.
Oh, Mike, I like this question.
Quick, before you get the mics, he'll kiss the camera for you. There you go.
All right, I like it. Joey Bats, baby. Joey Bats.
Subscribe up.
So Mike, I'll answer your question here. We actually dropped Ian Happ in one of our videos not long ago. But right now the Cubs seem to be going for it, and they signed Bellinger. They're looking pretty aggressive on the free agent market, on the trade market as well. So I think they're going to look to keep Happ and maybe try to extend him, and maybe go for it in the playoffs here. The NL Central is really weak, aside from the Cardinals. So I think they have a chance to actually compete for a playoff spot. They can make a couple more additions. So I don't know if we can get Ian Happ, and he's also an expiring contract. So one more year till he hits the open market.
Yeah, Ian Happ is a baller. He's an absolute baller, and I would have loved him personally. Aaron Sanchez should have been a bricklayer for 2 years. Good Lord, you guys are hating on the bobblehead here. How about this player, Jock Peterson? At this point, I'll take anything.
He's signed, I think.
Yeah, I think he might be signed. Somewhere. What do you think?
Yeah, no, we can't get him.
I think the biggest thing now for the Blue Jays is obviously Ross Atkins went on a radio show and said they're gonna get a starting pitcher, but man, we went from talking about Bellinger, Heaney. These were the two guys we thought we were gonna get. One of the two. Would you trade for Hendricks? Depending what the return is. The contract is kind of crazy, but he's an elite arm. Better chance for J.A. Happ. There's a better chance I fly down to Toronto, put on a Jays uniform, and throw a nasty slider. I have confidence I could throw one strike in a Blue Jays game. What's your opinion on Xander Bogaerts to slam Diego? Touch on it briefly today's video. Unbelievable for San Diego. Obviously, he's going to be there until he's 41 years old, getting paid tons of money. I do want to point this out real quick. Padres do not care about the long-term view right now. They just want to win in the next 5 years, and they're going to have a good chance to win. Red Sox, can you imagine saying 10 years ago the Red Sox got outbid on a free agent star by like over $80 million to the San Diego Padres? It's a crazy world we live in. What if we trade for Shane Bieber?
What do we trade?
Crazy.
Yeah. What do we trade for Shane Bieber? Gabby Moreno. Gabby Moreno would have to be the centerpiece of that trade, and I would not. I don't think I would do it. I don't think I would do it, honestly, because Shane Bieber has been declining for the past couple of years, ever since he won the Cy Young. I don't know. His velocity is down. His spin rate is down. He doesn't look like the same. And Cleveland is not trading Bieber, so I don't know why you'd ask the question then. What would it take to get Shane
just
Bieber?
throwing some stuff out there. It's
no,
possible.
he's throwing it out there. He's throwing it out there, but I don't think they would trade him, and it would have to be Gabby Moreno, and I'm not willing to do that. If I'm
Sir Oodles, who would you trade for Shane Bieber? You thinking? I'd do Gabby for Shane straight up. Trade Bo for who?
Would you do it? You would?
Yeah, I would.
Oof.
I mean, at this
trade Bo for.
It'd be close. From small market to World Series favorites. Shout out to the Padres. If you're a fan of the Padres in the chat, sheesh, unbelievable. Hope Blue Jays do something soon. I agree. How good is Brian Reynolds? Could that work? From Nicole Tripp. Brian Reynolds is very good. Had a bit of a down season last year. He's phenomenal center fielder. Defense declined a little bit. Could it work? Absolutely. It's just a matter of if the Pirates want what we have to offer. But yeah, let us know, Sir Oodles, who you would trade. Can the Jays get anyone from the Brewers? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes. I also think the answer is the Diamondbacks as a team to keep up. Are the Blue Jays done? If they're done, they haven't even started. So I'd hope not. You think the Jays re-sign Strip? It's becoming more likely day by day that they've re-signed Ross Stripling. It is.
Got a lot of people in here, man. 143 people.
Shout out to the 143. I don't even have the viewer count up. Little like spike. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Daily Jays content. We have posted daily for 65 straight days. So if you love daily content, if you're a fan of any team, we kind of touch on every team in our videos. Make sure to hit the like button. It's been a crazy journey, and we're gonna have to go live.
Someone just shouted out Edwin Encarnacion.
Shout out Eddie. Parrot, bro. Might have to get a jersey of him and throw it back there.
I'm holding up the parrot. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. I'm holding it up.
Yeah, keep it there the whole stream. Are they not signing anyone big because they have to sign Vladdy and Bo to big-time contracts? Lion, that is a phenomenal question, and I don't know the answer. However, tomorrow's video, we might be able to talk about that a bit more. We have something contract-related coming up tomorrow, so we'll definitely hit you with that. If you guys want us to go live more, I'm thinking we can maybe go live sometime reacting to some of your guys' trade ideas or hot takes. I can ask you those, and you guys come in here and give us some hot takes. If you want to see more live streams, type yes in the comment section. Brantley for DH.
Yeah. I mean, we touched on that a little bit before, but yeah, it's possible.
The Jays fans are getting mad. No moves yet. You guys and the Walk Off podcast are the best. Thank you, Hassan. There's some good guys over there. Jays will do something big for sure. Mike Freyberg. Little Pump. I got my daughter to subscribe. We have people typing yes in the comments. Jays content. Yes, yes, yes.
Dominic Smith.
Little Pump. Check your text. Little Pump. Check your texts. Where is Senga? Oh, I'm lagging. Where is Senga, Jays? It won't happen. I think they'll be forced to extend Vladdy this offseason to save face. Where is Senga?
Well, they should do it anyways. They should extend him anyways. Well, what more do you need? You need the guy to win the Triple Crown or what? Like,
there's no way they let Vladdy.
Give him the money.
Go.
Give him the money before you have to pay him $400 million in 2 off seasons.
I think Manoah is the most likely to be a J forever along with Vladdy. At least we have a pretty L off season by Maddox Keon. I completely agree. Bombastic. That's funny. You guys in the Blue Jays today are my favorite. Appreciate you, Jordan. At least we'll have a pretty renovation. Slither bats. We We'll have a pretty renovation for Raimel Tapia in right field to look at the new upgraded walls. That's what we're feeling here. We're gonna end now in a few minutes here. Do you guys have any final questions for me and Peter before we wrap it up? And
We'll answer 2 questions. We'll pick the best 2 questions and we'll answer those. So make them some good ones.
make it some good ones. I'll stay alive a little bit here. We'll keep it going for a bit. We're almost at 200 viewers. This has been unbelievable.
Okay, we might stay.
We'll stay for a
We'll
bit
see.
longer
We'll
with
see.
this many viewers. You guys are going unbelievable. I've never W show. Appreciate you, Maddox. We'll answer questions for a little bit, and then we'll it's blown away our expectations. Thank you guys. What would it take for Atkins to get fired? I know, Edison. We're joking around with Tapia. Peter, what would it take for Atkins to get fired? I don't think there's any chance in the world he gets fired anytime soon.
Unless Shapiro gets fired, there's no way Ross Atkins getting fired. So no, it would take probably missing the postseason for them to get fired, or flaming out in the first round yet again. But no, I don't think they're going to get fired. I think they're just getting started. I am panicking. Unlike Nick, I am panicking at what's happened in the offseason so far. But no, I think they can't go into the season like this. They're going to make some moves. So I don't see them. I don't see them getting fired.
We have some of the phenomenal questions. Someone said Swan. That's Mike again. We'll pump through a couple of these real quick. And we have a couple of good ones here. Do you play as the Jays in MLB The Show? Yes, we do. Okay,
Yes.
We'll go with the first one. Who's the Jays 4-hole as it is? I think it's Springer, Vladdy, Bo, Kirk. So I think that's what we got right now.
Well, maybe flip Bo and
Kirk,
Vladdy, but yeah,
Bo and Vladdy.
those are the top 4. Those are the top.
Who do you think the 4th hole hitter is? Our 4th hitter though, Bo, Vladdy, Kirk.
No.
Who do you
probably Kirk.
I agree.
Maybe even Matt Chapman. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe Matt Chapman.
Do you play
at this point?
What
or Gurriel? We're forgetting Lourdes Gurriel.
Yeah, it doesn't have as much power.
He doesn't though. But I think I really liked Bo Bichette in the 4-hole when he was hitting there. So maybe they move Bichette to 4, Gurriel 3, Vladdy 2. I mean, you could play around with the lineup. It's still a very good lineup.
There's so many questions here. We'll get to as many as we can. Was there a signing for the dollars that went down for Nimmo, Heaney, and Bellinger you thought the Jays should have done? So I'm assuming you're asking the exact terms that they should have done. I think we could have done the Bellinger one. And I also think we could have done the Heaney one. Specifically, the Heaney one was one we could have done. I just think he chose elsewhere. I think that's what ended up happening. I think the Heaney for sure. Bellinger as well. I think Bellinger. We could have got him though for $18 million when he got non-tendered. So I don't know. I think Reynolds would be nice. Are you Blue Jays trying to win in 2023? Absolutely. A little pump trolling with the Swanson in Minnesota. Boras is going to make the Yankees bid against the Jays. Where do the Blue Jays go from here after missing out on anyone? Tackram, we've discussed that a bit. You can scroll back to the live as well. Basically, we don't know. A trade probably. Biggio. Nick and Peter, who do the Jays get? Our best prediction right now. My personal prediction is Michael Conforto. That's my prediction right now. Peter, do you have one?
I like that.
Do you have one prediction?
I like that. My prediction right now, Jake McCarthy from the Arizona Diamondbacks, center field.
That's a phenomenal.
That's who I like. Can Moreno play center field? Probably. We're at 117 people right now, so you guys have been great. It's been an unbelievable live stream so far.
It has.
And we just want to thank you all once again for being in here, and it's been great. It's been a ton of fun. We're going to definitely do this more often.
Could have done
trade is more
Tana as well. That's a great point. I
mentioned him. I did mention him.
Peter called him out in one of our videos when no one was talking about him, and he did sign away.
And then he signed. Who did he sign with?
Mets.
Not the Cardinals.
The Mets.
Yeah. Of course, the Mets.
Everyone. A trade is much more likely than a big signing. I agree. I'm holding it out there. If we go live and you were in here and you're in here if we sign Michael Conforto, I told you so. That's all I got to say is I told you so. If you're going to spend big money, go spend it on Correa or Rodon. I just don't think either of those are going to happen. I don't think they want to come. I think Swanson's more likely. Swanson went to Minnesota? Mike, are you trolling? I'm going to have a look right now.
Which Dansby Swanson?
I
No.
think he's trolling, Mike. Mike is.
This is what he wants. He wants us to check our phones. Nothing happened. He's lying.
The only person who
He's
tweeted
lying.
about that was Benjamin Dover 11 hours ago. Ben Dover tweeted.
Benjamin Dover.
Good old Benjamin. What do you guys think of
Dover sources?
Drew Smiley? That is a interesting lefty
Mm-hmm.
fifth. He could be a fifth pitcher.
He's fine.
The Jays have one trade chip and no one wants Jansen. I think they have 3 trade chips. Any of their catchers. He is trolling Charles. Jays will get one. Jays will get one pitcher. They should keep all 3 catchers if there are no good trade options. David, I can assure you, if Ross Atkins was here watching, he would like that comment because I believe that's what he's thinking right now. Correa would be a good move. He would. Correa would be a phenomenal move. The only issue with that is, my mic by accident. The only issue with that is he's not going to want to sign here. Rodon would be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He's not signed yet. Yeah, no, he's not. Michael Wacha, man, his name has been coming up, I feel, since 10 years now. Jays are content with Kikuchi and Mitch White as the fifth. Kevin Pillar is a free agent. I don't know if Kevin Pillar is the guy to. Do you have any thoughts on?
I don't know if Kevin Pillar can play baseball anymore. I'm sorry, but I mean, you might as well sign me at that point.
Yeah, it's definitely Pillar. Little Pump saying Pillar. I thought we were for sure going to trade a catcher to the Cardinals. So did we. We had tons of videos on it. Lars Nootbaar. The Lars Nootbaar dream was very real between me and Peter. I loved Lars. The Mets bulking up. I don't think they're done either. They got Dwight. Welcome to the stream. Little Pump said he's so fast. Little Pump. Do you sign Rodon for $30 million a year when you got a better pitcher in Gausman for considerably less last year? That is a very good point. We got Gausman for 6 years, $150, and we got or something like that. I don't remember the exact terms that our contract.
It's 115. 115.
I'm thinking
Gausman.
of Springer. Gausman was 115.
Springer was 150.
That is unbelievable. You got to talk about
But
value. How the market is.
It's the market now. It's the market now. Like everyone and their mom is getting like 200, 300 million. Look at Xander Bogaerts. This guy's a 30-year-old average defending shortstop. Yes, he's a good hitter, but you paid a 30-year-old for 11 years, 300 million or 275 million. That contract's going to age awful. And I can't even begin to imagine how much you're going to have to pay Vladdy Guerrero and Bo Bichette if you decide to extend them. So yeah, the market is off the chain right now, man. It's nuts.
It is
it's nuts.
Off the chain is definitely the word. And we're gonna we'll start to wrap up now because it's starting to get late and we're too. I know the viewers are continuing to climb, but Springer needs to move to right field for sure.
Tired.
Yeah, Gausman 5 years, $110 million. All right, guys. Final. This is the last chance. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you do enjoy. You guys ask one question. We'll pick any rapid fire ones. We'll answer quickly, and we'll pick a couple or like 1 or 2 to answer very quickly before we end up. And if you guys want to see more streams, we got you guys. And make sure to type yes. But last questions, final chance for you guys to ask any questions. And we'll be doing this lots more. So if you want to save your questions, just type that as well. That's what Scott Boris is for, his client. 100% agree. What do y'all think about Biggio and Espinal as a second base utility option? I think they're good off the bench. I think Espinal.
Yeah.
I think Merrifield's the starting.
But I think Espinal's a very good trade chip right now. And not many people are talking a lot about it. He had a rough second half, but he was an all-star. He plays great defense. He's got a lot of defensive versatility. So I think he's more of a trade chip than what we should try to build around. I think Whit Merrifield should be our everyday second baseman starting opening day.
I agree. Whit Merrifield is the guy. Hopefully he's not in right field by the way things are going. What do you guys think about Don Mattingly? Okay, a few questions here. What do you think about Don Mattingly? We had a video about Don Mattingly if you want to check that out. I believe we had a couple about him. Phenomenal signing. Who wins in an arm wrestling between you two? Peter absolutely smokes me in an arm wrestle. Conforto, Benintendi, or Brantley? Benintendi, all day long, or Brantley. But I'm gonna go Benintendi.
I'm also gonna go Benintendi, but second would be Conforto.
I agree. Brantley's a DH at this point. We have no room for that. Good. We have no room for that.
Yeah, can't play center field though. Conforto or Benintendi cannot play center field.
What win now piece would you trade Tiedemann for?
Brian Reynolds.
He's big on that. I'm huge on Tiedemann, so I don't know. I think it would.
So am I, but you win with talent. You don't win with prospects.
I would do
That's
Tiedemann for Brian Reynolds and Bednar. That's what I would do. Sometimes the best moves are ones you don't make. Sometimes that is very true, Frazier. Look at Peter. He's a beast. Yeah, Peter would destroy me in an arm wrestle. Benintendi, so Bo can bat 4. Benintendi would be a phenomenal top of the order hitter to complement. Is there any player you would trade Vladdy for?
Last question. Any player you would trade Vladdy for? No.
No, I don't.
Shohei
Ohtani. I would trade Vladdy for Shohei Ohtani. All right, that'll. They need to go hard for Reynolds. I agree. That'll wrap it up. If you guys enjoyed, Tiedemann is untouchable. I agree. Michael Brantley left-handed DH. We don't have any DH. So. We don't have room for DHs right now, especially if we plan on keeping Kirk. He clogs that up a little bit too much, especially with Springer's injury health. Signing a DH would be a nightmare. But support on this stream has been unbelievable. It blew our expectations away. What this means is we're going to be going live more and more, answering your guys' questions, talking about everything. If any other major moves drop that relate to the Blue Jays in any way, maybe a Benintendi signing or something like that, or Rodon, maybe we'll go live if Rodon gets signed. We'll discuss it, and we'll come here. And thank you. I'm going to name a few people who were here throughout the whole live stream. We got Lil Pump, Josh Croak, Mike has been in here a lot, trolling, Charles, Hassan. Good night, guys.
Hassan,
Good night, Hassan. It's been unbelievable, and we'll be going live again
thanks
very
so much,
soon.
guys.
And we'll see you in tomorrow's video, and maybe a live as well if something happens.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. Bombastic has been here. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Frazier. Hassan, we definitely will. Thank you guys for leaving all your questions, and we're excited for more because I'm sure you guys have tons of other questions. And Anthony, I think his name was. I don't know if he's still in here. We'll have some more Bo discussion. Good night, Sawyer. Appreciate you for all the super chats as well.
Cheers.
Have been unbelievable. Yeah. That thank you guys so much. I'll end off on two things here to end off. We'll do a little super chat. Just show the animation. Good night, Tank Commander. And we'll end it off with a classic Blue Jays intro, also known as an outro. For
Josh, thank you, man. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate the love, man.
It was the laggiest intro ever. That'll be fixed for next stream.
We'll end it with this. We'll end it with this. J Mesh. Don Mattingly was the only left-handed bat that Atkins was able to get.
Desmond, I think we are going to save this live. It should be replayable. Yeah, but what I might do is edit it down, if there's a way for me to do that, to cut out the first laggy bit, because the first 20-25 minutes were laggy. And I fixed it, though. The last hour's been smooth. But all of our lives will be under the live section on the channel, and you'll be able to rewatch them anytime. Thank you, Bombastic. Thanks for the show. Sure. Enjoyable talk. I appreciate you. See you guys. Hassan, Bell. We'll take it easy. Stay safe out there, and pray that the Jays make a move for the next. But by the time we stream next time, Andrew Benintendi, Michael Conforto, Vladimir Acuna all day. I wouldn't do that, but fair enough. All right, guys, take it easy, and we'll see you tomorrow for a video, and maybe live or whatever happens.